We can go jump over here to the. Oh, I have to give you a microphone.
That's okay.
Y'all can share. Then we're gonna sweep.
We're certainly used to sharing our whole life most things. But anyway,
yeah.
Carmack is here as well. Hello, everybody. Good Friday.
Friday o'clock.
Friday o'clock. Thank you. I was about to mess it up.
I don't know. You about to mess up Friday o'clock.
Friday.
Also in the station here with us today, we have Mr. Rev Kasey Corbin. He is back hanging out with us since we had. He was here with us. The show right after Thanksgiving. Yes. So thank you so much for coming in tonight and hanging out with us once again. Yay!
I'm glad to be here.
Glad to be in the number.
One more time.
And you said it real reverent. I just started singing it. I was like, yes, Minister, glad to be here. Glad to be in the number. Glad to be in the service.
So that means that my co-host here, GQ Smooth, is in rare form.
That's what you think. I'm always in rare form. Every time I wake up, I'm in rare form. I was like, wait a minute, what? But yeah, you're right.
Oh, but thank y'all so much for being here. This is Let's See Who My Friends Are. Y'all know what we do here. We hang out, we chit-chat, we talk, with each other. We try to find out, what's going on with each other. We try to put out there into the universe just who we are, right? And learn who our guests are. And try to demonstrate a way of just getting to know each other in a deeper, more authentic way. So I appreciate y'all coming out. I appreciate y'all doing this with me every Friday.
With us,
glasses. Very, very random.
Huh?
Yeah,
my glasses?
Yeah, I've been staring at the whole
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. If you are on our Facebook page, you would see it.
Yeah.
Really I know. Plug, come to our Facebook page.
Yeah,
we are on Facebook. Yes.
Let's see who our friends are. Make sure you put that apostrophe between the T and the S.
You know what I'm saying? And the glasses kind of match the cat ears tonight. So, so how we always start off our Friday night, I ask you guys, I say, how was your week? How is your weekend going to be? Rev Kasey Corbin, start us off today. How has your week been, and how is your weekend going to be?
My weekend, overall, my week has been nothing short of amazing. As always, I believe in creating my own reality, so I've been creating my week from the beginning of the week. And here we are, the weekend, and my weekend will be nothing short of amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I love the fact that I'm a manifestor, I'm a creator, and I'm a producer, and so I get to produce things the way I want them to be, create things the way I want them to be, my reality, and when the tests come, I just have to stand strong.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. We're going to talk. I know I'm a little bit reserved about who Kasey is because Kasey talks. You hear me? He's over there, acting like we gonna have to pull something. We gonna have to pull something out of him, but absolutely not. So let's just get out of this part of the show so we can get to the other part of the show. Carmack, how has your week been, and how is your week going to be? Weekend going to be?
My week was awesome. Predominantly just because it was, I got to work from home half of it too, so can't beat that. Yay. Thank you, boss. Good looking out. Real MVP for the week. But no.
And I ain't still look the way it do.
Boy. What they got to do with me?
You been at home?
So the week was good. Other people were not at the house, so I could just chill. But highlight, actually I got to help with the film workshop today with some high school students over on Pennsylvania Avenue at the new center over there. That was really, really great, fun time. And my weekend's just going to be awesome. I'm just going to relax or do whatever I choose to lay out, but hopefully mostly relax and catch up on some reading.
Sounds restful. GQ?
Oh, it's on me?
It's on you. Here we go. Here we go.
What? I mean, my week was great.
What?
My week is always great. We're gonna have some road bumps and stuff because you're about to get to me there saying stuff like that. Nah, it's fine. But it was great. Yeah, I went to work, clocked in, clocked out. Clocked in, clocked out. That's Tuesday. So clocked in, clocked out. That's Wednesday. Clocked in, clocked out. That's Thursday. Clocked in, clocked out. And that's Friday.
And we here, and it's Friday o'clock.
It's Friday o'clock. I was like, yeah, it was a great week. I ain't let nothing, stop my groove, stop my move. I went today with, had fun when I left work.
Yeah.
Had fun when I leave doing this work.
Yay.
Then I'm just gonna sit here, have fun, not spend too much money. If I do spend too much money, I'm like, mama or brother. You can be like, ha, I don't know who you called the wrong one. You said when you spend your money, nah, I ain't gonna spend too much money. I'm just gonna have a good time. I like to have fun for free.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Fun for free, yeah. But that's how my week was. That's how my weekend gonna be. How about you, the Fit Hypnotist?
Well, this week was like the first official week of 2020. The first Monday of 2020.
That's right.
So I don't know. This week I woke up with some new goals. Over the winter time. Put back on a little bit of the happy love. The warm weight. You know what I'm saying? So
For the winter,
for the winter, and I have goals on having on every one of my crop tops for the summertime. So it's just some work in between that. It's some work in there for crop top season.
Don't
so
wear it either.
Never mind. But I got some work to do. So I woke up with some new goals. Also, in that it's kind of with the transformation, and we'll talk a little bit with Kasey, a lot of it tonight with Kasey about the transformation system that I went through with him. Since from the beginning of December to the end of December, 30-day intentional transformation. It started the week with, like, as he says, some focus, some 2020 focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was with some vision as well, 2020 vision.
2020 vision.
There's some things that I know I want to accomplish this year. And I know that for a fact, not some arbitrary goal out there, black cloud of things that I could possibly do, but specific things that I want to accomplish. So this week started off, in that focus. And I think when you do that, the initial shock of everything that happens in the world is like, we're going to throw 600 million things at you that's not, that's going to stop you from doing those things. So the theme has been, do you really want these things?
Yes,
So that's been my theme for this week.
Okay.
And this weekend, I'm going to rest. That I hear that in my spirit. I feel it in my body that says, start the year off with the balance that you want to cultivate in your life. So as you work hard, make sure that you also rest. Not play hard, but rest hard, because working hard and playing hard is still not resting. So
You need that rest.
yeah, so so this weekend is going to be about that, and I'm happy to be here. And it started off, Friday o'clock with you guys, right? Ladies, if you don't know what it feels like to be in a room with 3 masculine men, you know what I mean? Try it. I'm bragging.
I was gonna leave that alone.
I wasn't. I'm just saying I had to point that out right quick, every now and then I like to do a little nan and boo boo. You know what I'm joking. I'm so grateful for people that really know me, because sometimes my kids say, "Mommy, you got crazy." My youngest daughter, and I know that this is a term and it might not sound great, but she says, "Mommy, you have crackhead energy." I'm like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "You're just all over the place all the time." I'm like, "And that's natural, so I can't do crack." You can imagine what would happen to me.
I just subdue you.
So don't know
But this
what
is great
will
energy,
happen.
so
You know?
It's legal. It's legal energy, so let's keep that in mind.
Exactly.
If you
You
wasn't,
know?
like, what's going on? Somebody like, no.
No, that's
Yeah.
just my mama. But
Okay.
but you know, every now and then I just want to be able to say that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But so thank y'all for being here.
Thank
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you for having me.
Absolutely. Kasey Corbin. We started off in December, the beginning of December.
We ain't gonna do other people's topic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Other people's
yeah.
topic.
Yeah, you trying
Did
to
you give me a topic?
No, I'm not. We're gonna put it
Wah, wah.
on air. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real nice. Come on.
It's going to be real nice.
Yeah,
It's
come on.
gonna-
I
It's
get
gonna-
permission.
Listen, the last time I get...
What topic are you last time? What topic was the last time?
We not even...
What's
I
about-
can't even
what's
bring
about-
it back up.
what's about the feet?
because... Yes.
Oh, let's do that one again.
No,
now.
let's not do that. So what other people's topics?
Other people's topic. This comes from Michael Basin's show. Topic was, and they had one real corny one up here, but I wasn't gonna go for that one. But it says, "What do you love most about being you?" That's the other people's topic. You know?
Ooh,
Yeah,
wonderful. I love that one.
Yeah, what do you see? I told you.
I love that
yeah,
one.
Told you.
Okay.
You said you had me in rare form, so I mean real rare.
You gonna start? You gonna start us off with the answer to that question? GQ Smooth Air Candy.
I almost said something, but I told you we in front of the minister today. So we reverence. Yeah, I started off.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do I love most about being me? I will say that the ability to just have a good time, regardless of the fact, just have a good time. Like I like to say, you only have one life to live on this side, in this form, in this capacity, so enjoy it. I like that I'm just able to enjoy this life that I was given in this form, on this side, in this capacity. And now I'm able to make people laugh while doing it.
Yeah.
Whether they might laugh on the inside or outside, maybe whether it may be appropriate or inappropriate sometimes, but guess what? You laugh, so that's all that matter. I ain't got nobody getting in trouble. Ain't nobody got to pay nothing. Ain't nobody got to do nothing more but just live life and have a good time. They all like that. I just like being that I'm able to enjoy life, even though it may give me some heartaches and some hell. I can say that one because I'm talking about the place. So no one's gonna get in trouble for that one. It's okay.
Kasey, what? Following that, I love that about you too.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that about you too.
Awesome.
Kasey, what do you
Love about being
love
you.
about being you?
What do I love most about being me? It's just being me, my uniqueness. The fact that I had to come to a place of understanding that there's nobody like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's only one me. And the fact that what do I love most about being me? Nobody can do me like me.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you want me to be someone else, I wouldn't give you the best representation of that person.
Yeah.
You know, let's just say, for instance, if you want me to be, since I'm a motivational speaker, if you want me to be a Les Brown, I might do a good imitation.
Right.
You know, if you want me to be an E.T., the hip-hop preacher, I might do a good imitation of E.T., the hip-hop preacher. You know, if you want me to be a Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, I might give you a little bit of Dr. Michael. But if you want me to be Kasey Corbin,
I'm about to
Yeah.
pass my leg. I'm saying, like, you were literally preaching like so. Why you
told
like just preaching like, come on, preacher, come on, preacher.
I told you.
then I'll do it like no other.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody can do me like me. Nobody can be me like I can. Nobody can perform with the talents that I have. Nobody can perform with the abilities that I have. You know, nobody can flow like I can flow, write like I can write, speak like I can speak.
I hear you.
You know, my flair, my style, man. I just love that. My uniqueness.
I hear that.
Absolutely.
I hate to cut into it, but I got. Listen,
Yes.
you can't cut. I will play the organ when you just. I will out my
Pull
business.
up on your phone from your imaginary.
It's like my imaginary order. And I be in the background moaning with you. Yeah. But don't. Come on, preacher. Come on, preacher. Keep on. I'm sorry.
So everybody in the hour, see,
See, in that scenario, I would be quiet as a church mouse over in the corner, not doing anything but watching y'all.
That's fine. I ain't gonna be no happy.
I will be with
joking.
you.
That
Sitting
spirit
there
up in here.
watching.
That man, I said, it ain't nothing but like. Then he said like being me, and nothing like. But if you want me to be me, oh, you better. You better preach.
Y'all see the Carmack. What do you?
Oh, gosh, I need a rotator. Now that I had two people to think about this, I should know. But should pop up easily. Well, let's see. I like that. What was the question?
What do you love most?
Oh,
right.
Got you. Oh, the most. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Or
do like.
whichever one.
Yeah, I do like that. I think I'm a pretty patient person. So, you know what?
I'm gonna have to mess with you. Good.
Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm a pretty patient person in most situations, even though beneath the surface, I might be like, no, this is happening. But above level, I just keep a level head, try to kind of like ground those around me and be like, look, it's gonna be okay. Even though it probably won't be, but we can still work through it. So yeah, just like that, I'm patient, just kind of cool, level headed. I don't think I get too worked up. Sometimes I can, but most situations I try not to publicly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're calm. You're
Yeah.
calm demeanor.
And my only other thing, and my attention to detail. That's about it. Another thing, like I think sometimes in projects and certain things, I can be pretty like. Because some people just see the bigger picture, and I'm like, okay, but before you get to the finish line, like, what are the steps of preparation you're taking to get there? And the end result might not come out as well as it could be if you didn't lay the foundation or the road work for it ahead of time before you get there. You can still get there, it just might not be the best reward. But
I hear you, Deacon.
That's
I
good
hear
stuff.
you, Deacon. Let's get on here. We gonna give you a time to come on. Come on. What do you love most about being you?
I think the thing that I love most about being me is that I love on people. Like, I love people, you know. I'm not going to say I love on people. I say I love people, you know. And I think that once, like, there's really nothing that somebody can tell me about themselves that makes me stop loving them. You know what I mean? And,
I like that.
you know, so even the people that I don't like know that I love them, you know? And I really love that about myself. And it's not something that I have to struggle with. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to be like, oh, that person did something. I can still love them. I can forgive them. You know what I'm saying? I can still want good things for them. And it's not like I have to go and, you know, into a dark place and, you know, pull out some hairs or, you know, or hurt myself in order to get to that space. So I really love that about myself. Even though sometimes people's lack of understanding of that, you know, ends up being to my detriment, you know, because some people think that because you love them or that you can still demonstrate that love, that for some reason something's wrong with you. You know, like, how could you just keep forgiving me? How could you just keep, you know, being nice to me or, you know what I'm saying, having my best interests at heart? Some people look at that as something that's a weakness sometimes. So, but I'm learning to very much embrace that and really love that about myself.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so we're church mother. We got the preacher, we got the deacon, we got the musician, we got the church mother. Lego. We finna have church. Lego.
So, all here now we have on there. So, Mr. Kasey Corbin.
Yes, ma'am.
On the beginning of December 2nd, we started a 30-day intentional transformation program with Kasey.
Yeah.
Give the audience and these two an idea on what that was and what the intentional transformation program is about. I'm sorry.
Okay. The 30 days, we start on December the 2nd through the 31st, and 30 consistent days. Not to miss a beat. You want to do it every day to break old habits and form new ones. So you want to be consistent with it. And like, what's your name, sir?
Kareem.
Like Kareem was saying, you want to have like a detailed steps, which is why I call it a system, or some kind of formula, some kind of plan, some kind of science laid out that you're going to follow for 30 days. So 30 consistent days of being intentional, waking up every morning for 30 days with an idea. I like to do it with just like one idea, because one idea will give birth to other ideas.
Oh, yeah.
And so just working with one thing, but 30 consistent days of, and the thing about intention is what do I want to happen in my life over the next 30 days? Now, it might not happen in 30 days. It might happen on the 31st day. It might happen on the 40th day. It might happen on the 60th day. But if I'm consistent for 30 days, and so that's what it was all about, transformation. We can transform our lives at will. And so we find whatever area you want to change, whatever area you want to shift, you want to increase, you want to improve, health, wealth, happiness, love, peace, prosperity, good success, money, relationships, no matter what it is, my career. 30 consistent days intentionally, and it's taking control. Remember Ray was talking about taking charge of the first 20 minutes of your day? When we wake up in the morning, if we can take charge and control of the first 20 minutes of our day, we can pretty much say with accuracy how our day is going to be.
Absolutely.
If we just grab the first 20 minutes.
Not the cell phone.
Not the cell phone. Not the cell phone. The first 20 minutes, what am I listening to? The first 20 minutes, what am I thinking? The first 20 minutes, what am I feeling? The first 20 minutes, what am I saying? Just taking control. That's self-mastery. That was one of the two major keys in the intentional transformation system, along with self-discipline. So it's I think it's an amazing system. It's been working for me. It's changed my life, and we stopped on the 31st. I started back on January the 1st, so today's the 10th. This is day 10 for me. I'm still going. I'll go throughout 2020.
Hey.
And you change, and you each, I guess, rotation, you're setting out to do new things.
New things, yes.
That's what my question was going to be.
When I started off doing the transformation system, I wanted to transform my finances. You know, at the beginning of the month, we started on the 2nd. You know, how I do bills on the 1st, everybody gets paid, right?
Okay.
That's how I make sure that I'm okay. You know what I mean? I pay my bills that need, you know what? That's the 1st. Y'all get y'all money. And then December is December. You know what I'm saying? It's Christmas coming up. I got things I want to do with my girls, you know, things like that. So when we started off and you said, you got to know what you know, that you know, that you know, that you know. You know what I mean? It's like, it was very poignant that we started on that day, because it's like, okay, this whole month, you know, I work for myself. You know what I mean? Christmas time, everybody's looking to buy presents for their family and food and all of that stuff. They ain't looking to come and heal with me. You know what I mean? If anything, they creating things to come and heal next year, you know, at the dinner table, you know. So it was, you know, a time is like, okay, I'm limited in my mind, limited in finances, limited in what I can do, where I can go, and all of those things. So in that, it was like, you know what, this is a great opportunity to start transforming that area of your life.
Got you.
That time, even in the space of it being a slower time for business. That's where I made all my money to go hang out with my kids, in Jacksonville. I mean, not to me, none of the concepts and things that you gave were novel, were new concepts. But the system that you have, how you have it laid out, was very precise, right? It was building one right on the next and right on to the next.
Right.
I woke up, Kasey, listen, I don't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for anybody anymore.
I never did, but okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was the United States government, and now Kasey. You understand what I'm saying? So getting up, just the idea of having someone to be there and kind of hold you accountable, even though it was online. It was wonderful. In that, I know business-wise, I started a whole transformation within that space. I did a whole new website. Listen, Kasey, you lit such a fire under my behind. I have a whole new website up. I have intentional on my website, specific programs and things like that, all things that I created just within those 30 days of being focused on those things. I have and I did this stuff myself. I ain't call nobody and say, hey, build me a website. I built my own website. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was like, now I know the message that I want to give to prospective clients. I know how I want them to engage me online. I know how I want them to feel about, giving me their money, you know what I mean? Or sending me that energy in such an amazing way. I never want, someone to give me money like, here go your money. You know what I mean? I want people to be like, here, Ray, take my money, girl. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely helped me to begin, and I'm not gonna say I'm completely on transformed about my finances, but it definitely, listen, if that was the start, if that was what I can do in 30 days and a couple of days that I didn't make it early at 6 o'clock in the morning, but
You are forgiven.
you know what I mean? If that is what I could, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
You honest.
I wasn't gonna say nothing because then we would have to lead into why you weren't making it at 6 o'clock in the morning. But we know.
Leading to the wise.
We're gonna drop that website. Then we'll get to the station. What's the new website? We're gonna check you out.
Oh, my website is RayCarHypnotherapy.com.
Put it on Facebook. So turn the camera around on Facebook. So and say it to them too, because you forgot about it. Say it to the people on the Facebook too. Where is it? So we get to the station. Wait, we'll be back with the Reverend. Come on. Let's do it.
Y'all know my website is RayCarHypnotherapy.com. Y'all, I don't know what's going on in here tonight. This what happened.
You was preaching the mother. We let you preach for the first half.
I'm
Next
trying to
half
give
gonna
like
be.
some instrumental leading
Thank
into the
you.
break.
Next half we're gonna let the minister do the preaching because you taught us up, mother. Now you introduced that speaker. Go ahead and play this message there. The next voice you will hear will be the Reverend. That's all you got to say. You preached it up, mother. You taught it up, mother.
Oh, goodness.
I can't deal.
You was talking that day. You gave your testimony. Like, oh, now we're ready for the Reverend. You spoke it out. Let's go to the next voice you will hear.
Right into
Exactly. Check out the website, such and such, and the next voice you will hear after this break.
Dillis, 5 o'clock. Yes, Rondi, hey. Mr. Mahdi, hello. Tommy E. Griffin, hello. Thank y'all. Ayana, you still there? Hello.
Man.
That was a long 40 seconds.
Well, that was your friend that did it.
Oh, Bill Cooper.
Yeah, you was on the show.
How do
You was on the show Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I seen.
That was fun, though.
Y'all get off young people being on their cell phones, so to let y'all know what the deal was. I'm very proud of like, yes, young lady, that was somebody represent. Is it over?
Yes.
Oh.
Y'all are listening to WRUU-LP Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM. WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings Community Radio with Global Soul, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is Let's See Who My Friends Are. We're hanging out here. You know me, Ray Carr, the fit hypnotist, the one and only.
The one and only. This is your ear can. GQ Smooth, the one and only.
The one and only.
Definitely the one.
GQ Smooth, the ear candy, all this sweetness, all this sugar through the airways.
Yeah, that's all the time you're going to get it. It's over these airways. Get out my face. Get out my face.
Hello. Also here with us, we have Carmack. He's hanging out. Mr. Kareem.
That one's probably easier.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yep. I'm still here for the radio people. Y'all can hear me over there. I was trying to mimic GQ Smoops and people say I'm trying to copy them.
Let me say that interesting.
And also here with us is Kasey Corbin, the Reverend.
Oh, of course, it's me, Kasey Corbin of Moving Mountains Enterprises, where we help people build better lives. Inside out.
But what's your background? Like, who trained this? That one of them country folks like, who taught him how to do that? Yeah. I was like, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So, I told Kasey that once he got on the radio that I was going to tell all his business, you know?
Can I ask a question before we get to that one?
Yes, yes.
I just about the transfer, So I know you did say that sometime might not happen on the 30th day. It could be the 40th to 60th, and that people usually switch like what they're focusing on during each period. But is there like a time? I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I guess that people might need to not say necessarily start over or kind of I know sometimes you might reset those goals again for a different year. So I guess can you talk through that process maybe like if you get to a point where it's like what if there's just like a brick wall, do you kind of take a few steps back per se and then go back forward, or how does that part work?
You keep going.
Okay, just keep going.
You
Okay.
keep going, and that's what the system is designed to do. You don't stop no matter what. It's like for instance, I have intertwined in the system. There's always another level. I also have intertwined in the system that something called no matter what energy. That I'm going to make my life happen no matter what. Doing whatever it takes for however long it takes, no matter what. Even if it's a brick wall, you keep going.
No matter what.
No matter what. You don't stop. If you fall, you get up, you dust yourself off, you keep going.
Keep climbing.
No matter what.
I hear that.
Until you reach your goal, your destination. And it's all about what Ray said earlier. It's about knowing that you know that you know that you know that you know that you know. This is what I want. This is the direction I'm taking my life in. This is my aiming point. This is my target. This is my goal. This is my destination. And I won't stop for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. One more. I'm gonna stop being Dan right after this.
I know you
will.
Do your thing.
I guess it's for you right then, because you did mention earlier too that some of the, I guess, techniques that were being introduced, you said weren't necessarily new. So when you got that awareness as a part of the process, did that make things maybe even like a bit smoother with your life and other experiences, or things? Yeah.
Part of when I say it's not things that I didn't already know, is that because a lot of these things I help clients to do. Some of these things I help clients to do every day. So it was a smoother transition. like I said before, one of the things I wanted to transform was my finances. But as I sat and I listened to, that initial, the initial morning that we sat and listened to, it was like, it wasn't just about the finances, right? Because it was one thing to know who don't know that they want money, right? It was one thing to know that, but it's something else, to know how you're going to get it, to know what it feels like when you got it, to know what it, like he said, to know what it smelled like and all. So when he would say these things, and because they weren't completely new ideas to me, it was an easy kind of slipping right into it. Like, yeah, I know this. I know exactly what I need to do. Part of the keys that we would do, one of them was visualization.
Yes.
I know how to visualize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Half the time I'm seeing stuff that ain't no. I'm joking. But so yes, it was kind of easier having had the knowledge before. And also recognizing that you can have all of this knowledge, right? Unless you intentionally take that and put it in and apply it and put it to work, all of that stuff is just stuff. I could excuse myself because I'm helping other people to reach their goals, so it's not like I'm just taking this knowledge and not doing anything with it. But in the grand scheme of life, if I help you to enrich your life and your life and your life, but I'm not doing it to enrich my own, yeah, y'all lives are getting better, but what's there to say about mine, at the end of the day, and mine should be the most important, out of it. So, yes. So Kasey Corbin's business.
I can't say you this time. I got a question. I got a question. I can't say you this time. Well, the question
like, mother hush. You gotta sit it down.
He wants to get in the closet.
Oh my goodness. When we were here last time, it was right after Thanksgiving. It was the day after Thanksgiving. My brother was here. Cassandra was here. Cassandra's son was here. And when he got on the microphone, Cassandra's son gave a shout out to his girlfriend.
Oh.
And then the Reverend was like, "I'm so glad you reminded me. Shout out to the girlfriend." Right?
Don't
forget.
So it was a thing, right? I want to tell his business, but I don't want to tell his business.
He gave permission. You got permission. Don't you get permission?
By the end of this transformation system, the Reverend was engaged.
You see where his transformation was on. You know where his transformation was on. There we go.
Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, because to be in a space to find a partner in life, to be on a journey with you, I think that is so amazing and so, congrats worthy.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
That.
You are welcome.
Because everybody ain't able. Ask me how I know.
Ask me how I know as well.
Me too.
Sing
No, I'm
your
joking.
life.
What's that?
And it actually happened on the 30th day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of the transformation.
Wow.
That's when I proposed.
Yeah, absolutely. So, shout out to the fiance.
Dr. Dawn in the house.
That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations to you both.
Oh my. Little button on the side there, ma'am.
Silence to close the church. During the service.
Wow.
I know, quick turnaround time. No.
Wow. Come out, transform. Just transform that to vibrate, man. Let's transform that to vibrate. Wow.
So terrible. Quickly, Kasey, could you let people know about those 5 things that we do as part of the transformation system, the keys that you helped us to do over each day.
Absolutely. The 5 keys, I call them 5 intentional keys of the system. 5 things that if you work every day, like we were saying earlier, consistently. The first thing was affirmation. Day 1 is so crucial. It's called the question of the ages. What do you really want? And it really means, what do you really want to happen in your life? Instead of allowing things to happen to me, I become the happener of things. And so I live on the cause side of the cause and effect equation instead of living on the effect side. And so the first key was affirmation. You're affirming the end result, the goal, the aiming point, the target, the bullseye, the destination. Positive, prosperous, present tense affirmations like, I am earning $275,000 a year. You're affirming the end result. You want to make sure that you affirm the end, knowing the end from the beginning. Then after affirmation, what Ray said, visualization. That's when you go into what I like to call, or what is the imaginative faculty, the imagination, the drawing board of life, and you see the end result. You see it, you hear it, you taste it, you touch it, and you smell it, all with your mind, because mind is so powerful. I call it divine mind power is what I call it in the system, in the program. Mind has the ability to see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. And when we're asleep, the conscious mind, the conscious section of the mind is in abeyance, but the subconscious section is wide open, and it sees, hears, tastes, touch, and smell. That's what we do when we dream. And so if we can do that when we are awake, unfortunately, we can do
That's a crazy dream this week. That's where you sound so good.
If we can do that when we are awake, just absolutely control what our mind sees and hold that vision before the mind's eye, that esoteric visional faculty of God and man which sees things into manifestation. And visualization is so powerful.
Yes.
Then after that is meditation. Meditate at least 5 minutes on the affirmation. Meditate another 5 minutes on the visualization. After that is gratitude, which happens to be one of my favorite. Being grateful for who I am, where I currently am, what I have, and what I'm doing, and also being grateful for my intention, the thing that I want to manifest, the thing that I want to demonstrate, the thing that I want to bring into form and to function, the thing that I want to create. And after that is reading. And this is so personal to me, but Ray said keep it short. This is so personal to me, man, that I had to include this in the system. Because reading saved my life. That's my testimony. You know, it's God inclusive, not God exclusive. And read at least, I'm going to tell you what it says in the system. Read at least one chapter of something prosperous, positive, and something motivational or inspiring every day for 30 days. It works wonders. It absolutely works wonders. It's freeing. It's liberating. It helps increase awareness and develop a consciousness out of this world.
Absolutely. Yeah. The only reason why I wanted you to keep it short is because I wanted to get to your book club where you allow people to read. I know you haven't seen me in the comments. Okay. I know you haven't seen me in the comments because I'm being a little bit sneaky in that I come through and I've been listening to the book that you are currently doing in the book club, The Science of Getting Rich. Look.
Yeah.
Look. Speaking of like knowing what you want, and also kind of being in that space of being able to visualize and all of those things, I'm listening to that book, and another thing I love about myself is that I'm not afraid to try just about anything.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like 30-something minutes, 40 minutes into listening to that book, and I just apply one of the concepts of just talking to the formless stuff,
Okay.
right? Right?
Damn.
And I'll let you explain a little bit further because, I just listened to the book one time. I ain't going to even try to play like So I'm listening to it, and I go outside in my backyard, and they say the formless stuff is inexhaustible, and you can speak that formless stuff into stuff with form. So, why not do so? So I'm just sitting out there, I ain't got nothing to do today because my client's canceled,
Okay.
I got nothing but time to speak to the formless stuff. And I sit there and I'm, in my mind and out loud, just like, the formless stuff is inexhaustible. I know I can speak this into, and I don't know the rest of the book. I'm just 30-something minutes in, right? So I'm just doing that, and I freak myself out because 3 minutes later, I get a phone call from a client booking a session. You understand? And
that's it.
That's money.
That's
and it felt so authentic, and it felt, you could feel it from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, when you can immerse yourself into connecting with the universe, with the areas of the universe that you feel that you are not supposed to connect with, if that makes sense. But go ahead and talk, Kasey Corbin. You know what you tell us about the book, and tell us about your book club that you are doing, and how people can be a part of that. Because as I listen to it on my own, I come back and I listen to your commentary on the chapters, and I love it. So
awesome, thank you. It's called, it's actually called Rev Kasey's Book Club, and in parentheses, sometimes I put in parentheses, in all caps, READ, R-E-A-D, I made an acronym out of it, READ, redefine. Reading will help us to redefine ourselves, and also redirect our lives. Read, expansion, get a larger vision of yourself. Read, awaken, I call it awareness awaken. The more we read, the more we awaken our awareness, and we become awake conscious as to who we are, and what we have, and what we're actually capable of doing. Discover your divinity. And so reading helps us do all that. It helps us to find ourselves, and I have come into myself from reading. I freed myself. I liberated myself. I'm able to keep myself clean from drug and alcohol addiction 24 years now from just reading.
Good stuff.
I direct my life now from just being a lover of books. And I get to make all these healthy choices. Life is not easy. It doesn't say that I'm not going to be challenged. I'm not going to be tested. But reading, it gives me options. It helps me understand, myself and power. But the book club, this is the first book of 2020. We actually started the last week in December, coming in 2020, and it's called The Science of Getting Rich, written by Wallace D. Wattles, 1910. I call it a spiritual classic. 17 chapters of spiritual power, spiritual principles, tools, tips, technologies that you can use. It's a step, it's a system, it's a science that you can use, because success leaves clues, it leaves tracks. And other people who have gone on to become financially rich and financially wealthy and successful, they can tell you in retrospect, look, this is what I did to do it. And the man studied the people, he laid down the system, he found the system, he put it in the book. We're on chapter 5 right now. Monday I'll start on chapter 5, Increasing Life. The first 4 chapters were absolutely amazing. Ray's talking about the formless stuff. The formless stuff is just what it is. It's the raw material of the universe. Some people call it the universe. Some people call it God. You can call it anything you want to call it. Whatever suits you, whatever flows with you. But it's like the wind. It's like what we call the air. But the universe is alive. This is formless stuff which has taken form. This came from formless stuff. But what formed it is thought. In chapter 4, Wallace D. Wattles talks about, the first thing he says in chapter 4 is this: thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. Wow. Thought is the only power. Now, he breaks thought down to says thought forms.
Right.
Because when we think in shapes, we think in forms. We don't think F-E-A-T-H-E-R. We don't think the letters feather. When we think of a feather, we see a picture, we see an image, we see a shape, we see form. When we think H-O-U-S-E, we don't think the letters H-O-U-S-E. We see a shape. And so this is a geometrical universe. It's all about shape. It's all about form. It's all about forming things with our faculties that the infinite God has given us to use to take the raw material of life. As Ray was saying, we can think into it, we can feel into it, we can speak into it, and it's so intelligent that it will begin to bend itself around your predominant thoughts. It'll bend itself around your feeling nature. It'll bend itself around your words and materialize in your world, and you'll get phone calls.
And you scare yourself. You'll be like, what? Kasey, I'm crazy. No. You know? And that, listen, let me put this thing right here.
Tell it.
Listen. When you realize that you have that kind of power to command, you know, not demand, because I don't like demand, you know, command, you know, that's what I've told my girls since they were little. So you don't demand respect, you command it, right? You don't demand control, you command it, right? So when you can see and feel and experience that you have the power to bring to yourself in real time, in an instant, in a thought, like 3 minutes, I kid you not, 3 minutes later somebody's calling me to give me money, right? And you realize that because everybody needs money. You know what I'm saying? It is what gets you your car, your house, your comfort, your necessities, and all of those things. When you realize that you have the power to create, to get, to attract, to have the tool that you need in order to have your comfort, your necessities, your safety, and all of those things. Look at here, you can't tell me nothing. I mean, you couldn't tell me nothing before, but now you can't tell me nothing, and I can get the riches that I know I deserve in this world. Not because I'm somebody special, but because I'm somebody special. You know what I mean? So that alone in itself, to have the knowledge or to have the understanding of, you know, the power that you do have. By the way,
on the 26th.
On the 26th of January, myself and Miss Dillis, we are having a sip and chat at Ray Carr Hypnotherapy. The information is in the group. It's on my Facebook page. It's on her page. It's everywhere. Come on and join us, because this is the type of stuff that we talk about. You know, the power that you have, that you already have. You know what I'm saying? I like to say that what I help people to do is just get in touch with that. You know what I mean? So the sip and chat that we are doing is about people recognizing the power that they have, and helping them to get in touch with that, because I understand that just knowing that you have the power to do certain things is amazing. But then doing them, having the tools and the instructions on how to do them, I mean, and then actually doing them and seeing the results and seeing the things coming into your life, seeing the areas of your life transform the way that you want it to transform. That is that's an amazing world. To me, that's living. You know what I mean? That is really living, and or at the very least creating the life that you want to have. And that's very important. I mean, in 2020,
it is.
It's important, I believe, that we start to be, very intentional about the life that we want to have. Everyone is kind of coming into the idea of their spirituality, so it's like now it's like no excuse. You are amazing. You know it. You feel it. You know what I'm saying? So come on, let's do some amazing things. But
can I tell the listening audience where to find us?
Absolutely. Yes.
Like where we can find you at, sir.
Okay. Every Monday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live, you'll find me doing the book club. Every Monday, 7 p.m. for 2020 is what I'll be doing every Monday.
And what's the name? What's the name that I'm finna type it in now? Let me make sure I spell it correctly. Spell it for people.
Find me on Kasey Corbin, KaseyCorbin.
You're going too fast for me. Hold on. I'm the elder in the church.
Okay.
Say that again.
KaseyCorbin. In parentheses C's, you'll see Reverend Kasey, which is my title that I brought over from Christianity into spirituality.
I see Ray was being real selfish. She ain't tell us none of that. She ain't no selfish little son of a gun. Selfish little individual.
we got about 2 minutes.
I mean, you can. Yeah, if you want to fill them, yeah, we got 2 technically. We got 2.
Y'all are listening to WRUU LP Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings, community radio with Global Soul. Y'all have been listening to Let's See Who My Friends Are, man. One of my friends, Mr. Reverend Kasey Corbin, came back and hung out with us today. Wrap this up. Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Listen, you have been a guest here, so that means your family. You come on through the door. We here at 5 o'clock every Friday night.
I'll let you come back.
I can just
You just show up. I'll let you.
That's what I've been. That's pretty much. That's
we
pretty
were like,
much
who
what
came
happened.
in? You know.
I'll even open the door for you. Next time I have to spell it though. We was like Kasey Corbin. Spell it.
He said, who is it? I said, Kasey. He said, spell it.
I ain't did with ha. Like, we come on now. You laugh. So come on in. Come on in.
You know the Reverend wasn't going to use the words on the list.
If you did, I would be married. I'm like, I feel you. I'll be there. Anyway.
I absolutely appreciate you, Kasey. Thank you so very much. And I look forward to 2020 being even more magical and wonderful, using some of your programs and some of your instructions. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you people out there for listening to us. Correct. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Always enjoy it. I miss my partner right here. But that's.
I didn't realize that started. Yeah, I didn't realize that. You ain't got to feel like I got to do it here. Oh,
You just cut me off in the middle of it.
I mean, because you pointed. I thought you pointed like start this, but you was pointing at him. You got to be more. You got to be more.
Cut me off on my show.
You got to be more specific.
I do the cuttings off. Y'all see my crown? I do the cuttings off. He cuts me off.
Because you changed up stuff. You supposed to be like, well, give us some positive words. So last 5 minutes you didn't even do that today. So it threw me off. Then you did like this. I thought you was pointing to it like, go ahead and start it. You got to be. Come on now.
What you cut off?
You got to be more aligned with me in 2020. That's what. Go in and visualize my spirit and your spirit aligned.
Let us. I'm gonna have to say good night.
Somebody like this.
Yeah, somebody did like that, man. I'm gonna go back at the end of this. I'm going back to find out who liked that. Why? You just gave him more power.
Finding your power in
I'm
2020.
like, wait, I'm trying to be with y'all.
Bye, Facebook Live. Thank y'all so very much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you.